Let's talk about the beginning of the season and where we pick up. We do know that Paxton and Devi are fully together. What does the Daxton journey look like this season?
Oof. I mean, as it does in Never Have I Ever, messy. Always messy. But I mean, like, stable relationships are so boring to watch on TV. That's so boring. It has to be messy, and that's how it's entertaining. If it's easy, then I don't want to watch that. But yeah, they've got a lot on their plate.
Isn't it crazy that Paxton and Devi are together?
How do we kind of dig deeper into their relationship this season? Like, what kind of hurdles would you guys say that we see from them?
One is sexual.
Yes.
I wrote the premiere, which is, Davy's finally confronted with oh, I'm gonna lose my virginity to the hottest guy in the school, which is pretty stressful.
Yeah.
And your character does some pretty funny things. So, I think
I choked watching it.
ow, ow, ow. It's ridiculous.
In the screen, like when I got to see it, I audibly just went.
Well,
I knew it was gonna happen.
We think it's fun that all the pressure that girls put on themselves to be when they're sexually inexperienced to then somehow be as good as the porn stars that are that everyone is watching on their computers. So it's that's just something we don't really get to see from the girl's perspective that much. And she's such a funny actress, but then physical comedy is also just something she's so good at. So in that first episode, we were just how do we push her comedically in this one way? And it was really,
it was pushed.
It was great to watch.
Yeah, it was pushed, and it was so fun to watch.
What do you have to lose? Certainly not your dignity.
What about Devi and Ben? A lot of fans out there want them together. Is that something you guys see happening?
I mean, I can openly say this. Netflix gave me the green light. I know what happens, whether it happens or not, or anything, because we just finished filming season 4. So, I guess you'll just have to wait and see.
Hey, Ben is, yes, he's a petite young man, but he is jacked. He's jacked. He's very cute, and he's really smart. So he has a lot going for him too.
Yes,
I'll say that as well. And so he is a good adversary, I think, to Paxton. He has a lot going for him, but I'll say it's more of an uphill battle for him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, right now, he's got some work to do. And you know what? Let him have some work. Why are we forgetting that he's in a relationship with Anissa? Hey there.
True. But
Let's take a moment. Seems like he's got some stuff to work through.
So true. Oh,
So hot.
we also have a third love interest in the mix this season.
So we generationally, when you're South Asian, you have I grew up in the 80s and 90s when you're just, not everyone, but me, a repressed kid who just wanted to be normal, was you had a long name or you had a complicated name, you were embarrassed by it, right? But that isn't modern, and that's not how young people think now. And we were it would be fun for this character's name to literally be Nirdesh, and then have different people's takes on that name. Some people mortified by it, some people are no, and we wanted him to be a babe who has no issue with it. Right. And the issue is from the character who has more work to do, Yeah. And so that was something for me.
I love the introduction of his character when we first meet him and Devi and his first confrontation, because I remember reading the script and thinking, oh, cool. So Mindy's going there. That's sweet. Because it's true. I mean, Devi has a lot to unpack about what she has as a subconscious bias and all of the things that she's dealing with and she's putting on herself and is clearly projecting on a guy who has no issues with it and is just straight chilling. So, yeah.
And we just we want people to see how beautiful and handsome young Indian men can be. We don't get to see it in culture that much.
You guys also have Deacon Philippi as a guest star this season. What does he bring to the show? And Mindy, how did you approach Reese about this, or did you?
Well, I had heard from Reese that Deacon was interested in performing, and you loved acting with him.
Yeah, it was fun. I remember his first day. He was very nervous.
Yeah, he was just incredibly respectful. He's so funny, so talented. He's obviously very handsome, and we had a great time with him on set. And he is like his mom, where after he wrapped, he sent me a handwritten note thanking me for being on set. So he's just like one of those, like, you could just tell Reese is his mom, just like
Yeah,
incredibly.
like you're just like, oh, you're a good person. You're just
Yeah.
like a really good person. I can't imagine anyone saying a bad thing about you.
I know.
You're one of those.
Him and his sister are both that way, and so it was just great to have him on set. And he's
fun.
really cute.
Yeah, he was really fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
We talked about bubble tea for days.
Yeah. You mentioned his sister, so I'm just curious. You put him in Never Have I Ever. Could you put Ava in Legally Blonde 3?
Listen, I think Ava can do anything, and if that's something she wanted to do, what a joy to have her in that.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.